Good morning, everybody. It's Shelly, and welcome to my channel, Proverbs 31:22. Um, if you're new, this is a channel about cross-stitch and some quilting and a little bit of other sewing type things. So I hope you see something that you like, and if you do, hit the like button and subscribe if you would like to know whenever I upload videos. And to everybody who's coming back, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Today is Monday, February 15th. It's always like February 15th, 2021. It's always a little bit of a exertion to get everything ready to do these. And I got everything set up the way I've been filming, and then I thought, it's like I don't have enough room to lay everything out around me the way I was doing it. So I'm filming just slightly over from where I normally do. So I'm going to talk to you about my stitching the past week and give you a little bit of a life update. We are like experiencing some like ice right now, which is not something we deal with a whole lot. But anyway, my husband's company is closed today, so he is home. If you hear any noises or anything that's unusual, it may be him. Hopefully you can't hear him because he's on the other side of the house. But anyway, he's here. He's not feeling well. I think he's got the same thing that my grandsons have that I talked about last week. They're doing better, but they're still not completely well. At least when I talked to my daughter called a couple days ago, and she said they were, still coughing and everything. And Malachi got on the phone with me, and he just sounded so pitiful. So hopefully they'll get better soon. So I think I shared last week about having a phone interview with the hospital, the local hospital here. I did have that. We went through, information, and the person that I talked to is someone that's just recently partnered with the hospital to take care of their revenue cycle management. And so they're handling the hiring of, or the screening, I guess, of people, in scheduling and registration. So it was a patient registration position that I applied for, but she said that they also had a scheduler position, and I told her that I would definitely prefer that. That's something where you're on the phone trying to get people, scheduled for things instead of face-to-face with patients. And like she talked about being in the emergency department. No. So I definitely wouldn't want to do that because it's about like what I was in when I was at urgent care, and I hated it. So, but the scheduling thing, that would be something I would like to do. So anyway, she said I would hear she's got to get in touch with the hiring manager at the hospital, and then she'll, get back with me by the 22nd. And if they, they're going to like call the applicants down, and then, if I go to the next step, then it would be a video interview. So we'll see what happens. Okay, so I've got stitching to share with you, and let's talk about the quilt on the wall behind me, or the blocks. I had all of my bag making stuff just sort of all over the place. And so I got some containers to put my fabric dyeing stuff in, and then my bag making stuff in. And then I had to figure out where to put the containers. So I just was looking at all of my, I have a, big utility shelf with all of my quilting whips and all of my Project Linus fabric and stuff like that. And it just was like, okay, you got to get some stuff finished so you can make some room on this cart. So the quilt behind me, the blocks is going to be this. I did the Quilter's Planner a couple of years ago, several years in a row. So this is the quilt, my version on the wall behind me. I don't usually do scrappy. I'm not comfortable with it, but I didn't want to go out and buy any fabric. So I've got to do these little, the next thing I have to do is these little diamond blocks, which they're gonna be in pink. And then there's a bunch of like sashing type things that have to go around it. And then, then you just put all the sashed units together and get your quilt. So I am gonna try to, I usually hand quilt everything, but I'm gonna try to machine quilt this one on my regular sewing machine, which is right here. So the quilting that's on here is a lot of straight line quilting. Like the diagonal lines though are made with sort of a serpentine line instead of a straight line. But then all the rest of it, these little snowflake like star blocks, it's just straight line quilting. Of course, it's a lot of turning and stuff, so I don't know if I'll do that necessarily, but I am going to try to do this on the machine. We'll see how that goes. And that's called the Hexie Snowflake Sampler Quilt. So that's what I worked on as far as quilting goes. Let me show you the top. So I had to do, let's see, so hard. This one, and then the one on that one. And then they have, opposites on each corner. They have the same blocks repeated. So I did those. Yeah, I did those 4 blocks during the week this week. This week was kind of a funky week for me. It was going okay, and then like the day I had the phone interview, I woke up this morning from a dream about my mom, and it was just sort of, I don't know. I don't hardly ever dream about her, but when I do, it's always like something that I've gone through when she was dead, but she's alive in my dream. And this one was at my dad's funeral, so I just woke up in a horrid mess that morning. I almost thought I was going to have to call and, email her and reschedule, but I was able to get myself together and do it. So anyway, that was just sort of made for a really weird midweek, but I did get some stitching done. And this is my calendar, and all the highlighted ones are the ones that I did, worked on. So you can see I skipped a couple of things on a couple of days, and then yesterday's not included in this week's recap, but I didn't stitch it all this week. I mean, yesterday. I did kit up one thing, but that's all I did. So, okay. So I have my monthly magazine challenge pieces. And, I tried last week to get all organized and have everything out, and just felt like off. So, and it didn't help the video be any shorter. So I'm going back to the way I was doing them. Also, just love that zipper sound. It's, I don't know, kind of satisfying. So, I'll show you the picture of this in a minute. So this is a little, they have a pattern in one of the magazines called Flowers for the Year, and this is the February one. I had to, I would have had more progress, but I had like this whole flower almost done except for the middle, and I miscounted somewhere, so I had to frog it and start over. So these are the colors, and I did go through my my bag of thrift store threads and pulled, you know, like I looked and saw, I pulled up a DMC chart, looked and saw what the color looked like if I didn't have it in my stash, and then I just pulled from that bag. So, and then yesterday when I kitted up that little calendar for next month, I completely forgot about the bag, so it's going to take me a while to get used to it. But let's see. So this is what it's supposed to. This is like the artwork that was based on. But they call for pink threads for these flowers right here, so I don't know. I mean, I like pink, so I'm fine with doing it that way. But it just sort of doesn't look like the artwork. So that was one of my magazine challenge pieces that I worked on. I usually try to work on them 3 to 4 days. Let me do this. I might be distracted. I might have to do it back there. And then I worked on, and that's on that 28 count even weave fabric that I got from Hobby Lobby. So I also worked on, let's see, the Nativity silhouette piece. And I'm just going to go to my Readly app and show you pictures that way. Tablet's acting weird. Okay. So bookmarks. All right. So this is what it looks like. And that is from the Just CrossStitch October 2020. And this is what I got done. So I had been working sort of across it, and I just decided to just stay on this side and kind of make some progress going down. And then the next time I work on it, I'll come and catch this side up. This is on 14 count chalkboard black Ada using DMC flosses, some called for, some not. And these are the ones that I've pulled so far. I will pull them as I go along, the ones that I think need to go in it. So those were my 2 magazine challenge pieces that I worked on this past week. And then my weekly focus piece was Fat Quarter Shop's Mistletoe Lane, which looks like, will look like this. And then let's see. I've got a bunch of Christmas designs in one bag, so. And this is on 28 count white chocolate woodchout linen. And this is where I am. So I got some more done on the tree. I went up almost to the point on the outline of the tree, and I got burnt out on the green. So I moved over and finished stitching the house, this side of the house, all the way down to the bottom, including the brick. So I'm happy with what I got done. I didn't work on it a couple of days, and so I would have had more, but just one stitch at a time. And these are the DMC flosses that is called for. I think that's all I need out of this bag. Yes. Okay. Now my sales that I've been working on are from Fat Quarter Shop. And the first one is a fundraiser that they're doing for the United Negro College Fund. 100% of the proceeds of a sale from charts. This chart, as well as a quilt pattern that they have through the end of the month, will go to that charity. And so this is the Stronger Together cross stitch. My threads keep getting hung up on my needles. Make sure I got it facing the right way. Okay. And this is on that 28 count even weave that I hand dyed myself. And this is my progress. So I've been staying caught up with where I want it to be, except for yesterday. And I did make a mistake. These stars are supposed to all be the lighter pink, and I made one the darker pink. And so I'll just do another darker pink down here. And it's using the call for DMC flosses. So that is one sale that they're having. I'll do a lot of stuff with Fat Quarter Shop, and they're just doing more and more stuff. So I've got another one coming up beginning of March. And then let's see. Let me find the Stronger Together one. Here's a picture of what it's going to look like. And that's what it's going to look like. I don't know if I'm going to finish it in this pillow. I thought I was, but I don't know. I may just do a little small and just sew some grunge at the bottom of it and then turn it into like a little pillow. So I am doing this on a piece of 32 count blush linen from Weeks Dye Works. And this is my progress. I love it so much. So mine's more of a pink and purple than pink and red. And I am using silk flosses that I got from Paint Box Threads, which are just gorgeous. And I was very excited to find something to use them on. Love that. And then the Stitching Book Club sale started Saturday. And we are reading Sense and Sensibility. Let's see if I can find I mean, it's a mystery, so we don't know what it's going to look like, but this was the first release. Sorry, guys. Well, okay. So that was the first release, and I just got a small amount of it done. And this is in one of the project bags that I made a few weeks ago. And I'm using some of that 28 count even weave that I got at Hobby Lobby and hand dyed myself. Let's see. So it's portrait. So she said, you know, to do an all over kind of solid dye. I think it's for the most part solid. There might be a little bit, I mean, I did it exactly like she said, but I think I put it in a 9x13 and it needs to be in a little bit larger pan, and I have bought a larger pan now, but you know, you just have to keep flipping it and kind of working the folds out. And so, And I did, one thing to be aware of when you're dyeing, luckily this happened on the edge of the cloth, but I splattered some from the bottle before I dyed it onto the cloth, and it left that mark. But I think that's upside down. I don't know. I'm trying to remember the way I did. I worked on it from here going up. And these are the called for flosses, DMC. And so I just like do a little, use some scrap paper, write the floss colors, the floss numbers that I'm using, and the symbols, so that I don't have to keep looking at the symbol chart in the actual chart. I can just look on there and see what I need. Because usually, you know, the key is on another page. So, and this is it's one that a card that I bought in the store, but then I just did a little bit larger holes. So like these little ones were the original. So like that one right there looks like Mickey Mouse. So I'm hoping to sort of divided the pattern up into thirds, and I want to get, you know, a third done each week, because I think it's like 3 weeks that we have to read the first section. Yes. Okay, so that's what my sals were. My daily rotation pieces for my sampler and sal Sunday last week, the 7th, I did the 2 fat quarter shop sals, so that's what I worked on for that day. And then for Merry Monday, I worked on Shabby Advent Calendar. And I got just a tiny, tiny bit done. So this is what the calendar, the pattern looks like. And I'm working on number 7 currently. And I am going, like I started at 24 and I'm going backwards. And then I'll do the manger last. And this is from Kiori de Abatakori, who is like quickly becoming my favorite designer. I love all of her stuff. If you're on Instagram and don't follow her, go follow her, because she comes up with some really cute designs. And let's see, this is all I got done, just part of the border. And this is on 18 count Natural Star Ada from Hobby Lobby, and using 2 strands of DMC over 1 thread. So hopefully I will finish that before Christmas this year. I need to start FFOing the ones that I have done. I put up some of them last year, and then it kind of fizzled out. I didn't finish them, so the ones I've done since then, I haven't FFO'd. So I've got quite a stack ready for me to FFO. Okay, so that was Merry Monday. I also stitched on this little ornament. Which is, let's see, it's called Let It Snow. And this is what it's going to look like. I'm trying to do ornaments for my grandsons. I thought he was real cute. So I worked on that, and I'm going to try to work on that every Merry Monday just to get those ornaments sort of making some progress, move them along. Okay, so then on Timely Tuesday, I worked on the Prim Stitch series by Lori Holt. And let's see. And the pattern. And this is in her Prim Stitch bag. I think it's called Prim Stitch. It's her Prim bag from Fat Quarter Shop. And I finished the scene, but I started working on the border around it. And I am stitching these on one piece. So it looks a little bit different than the pattern. And this is on 32 count Jobelin. And I'm stitching one strand of floss over 2 threads. And it's not collaborating. And that's what I got done. So I brought the inside of the border all the way across and then started working on filling in this. So not a whole lot. I'm way behind on those, but that's life, right? All right, let's see. I want to put this somewhere so I can grab it again in a minute because I want to talk about it when I get to my plans. Okay, and then, so that was Timely Tuesday. And then Wordy Wednesday, I worked on my little sheep Virtues piece, which is in a bag from So Much to Love. And let's see. This pattern is Little House Needleworks, and I'm working on Peace. And these are, I am doing these all in one piece of fabric. I don't know why I do that to myself. It makes like projects take forever, but so I'm doing this on 28 count Venetian stone from Woodchelt. And that's where I am. So I got more of the border done on this side, and then I filled in the PEA, which I had ripped out because it was in a different color. I'm still using the call for colors, but I just may place them in different areas. And I'm doing 2 strands of floss over 2 threads. So that was my Wordy Wednesday. And then on, oops, my thread's caught. On Thankful Thursday, which is usually like fall pieces. I don't have a lot of fall pieces to choose from. I think I have 3. So I spin the wheel, the Tiny Decisions wheel, and it only has 3 to choose from. When I get to Thursday, I think I may have to add something to the rotation. So this is the bag from the Stitch Quarterly Fat Quarter Shop exclusive. And this is what the pattern will look like. And it is stitched on 10 count vintage cross-stitch cloth from Lori Holtz in the color Burlap. good bit done. So, hang on a second. There it is. Need an extra hand. So I started doing like the outline of sections so that I could come in and just fill in at basketball games and things. So I did get further. I think I was like right in here. So I got further along the bottom and went to the other side and then went up here and then started down here to make the next little section. And this is stitched with the Call for DMCs and using 4 strands of floss over 1 thread. And if you've not worked with this fabric before, it's very, very soft. It's a little floppy for stitching in hand, but I still like it. I thought it was going to be, didn't think it was going to be soft like it is, so it's kind of a treat when I get it out and feel how soft the fabric is. So that was Thankful Thursday. Then on Flora, Fauna, and Filigree Friday, I worked on my Linens and Threads Mystery Sal from 2020, which I haven't worked on in forever. So I don't have the next. This is where I was. I finished up this motif and then I actually started the next month, but I don't have a picture of it. This lives on a Beauty and the Beast bag that I made. And this is stitched on 14 count oatmeal Aida using DMC 4211. And it's a big girl. So I finished this motif down here. And I am going to come in here and rip this lettering out and do it differently. Just as a memorial to my dad, who passed away last year. And then I started on, just a very, very small start on the next month's chart right here. So I've got a good ways to go. I think I'm like to July, and it was a year-long Sal. Sorry, it's hard to handle so much fabric. I love it. Love the colors. They do a mystery Sal every year, and it is free. I don't think I'm going to do this year's, mainly because I'm still working on last year's. I was going to kind of wait and see if, once people started stitching it, if I would want to stitch it. It's not something I really am interested in stitching, so I've got plenty of other stuff to keep me busy. Okay, then Seasonal Saturday, I worked on one of my chalk fill charts, which this is not all of them. I think I have the final one that I just have in my stash. I haven't put it in this bag yet because I'm not actually working on it and not planning to. But this is the largest one of the Gingham on the Go bags from Fat Quarter Shop. And if you've not seen these, you can actually stitch on them. They have holes and it's skirted, so you can actually stitch designs on them if you want to. And they have videos showing that. Okay, let's see. Since I have them all stuck in here, I've got to dig a little bit before I find the one that I worked on. Okay. So, this is what it looks like. And when I started doing these charts, I wasn't at that time converting my charts to PDFs. So I had this one, you know, the paper chart. I made a working copy and had it on a clipboard. And I found myself like doing this to the clipboard, trying to, you know, get closer. And it's like, I can't do this anymore. I couldn't keep track of where I was, and just, it was a mess. So I went ahead and scanned it and, you know, sent it to my tablet. I think those little bunnies are so cute. So, and this was part of a club from Fat Quarter Shop. And these are the call for flosses. I'm going to stick this on here just temporarily until I card it. But these are the call for flosses from Classic Colorworks, and then Gentle Art Chalk, and then one DMC. And I haven't worked on this in a while. So I had all of this top part done. All of this part inside the jar was not done, so I filled all of that in, and then I started down on the carrot. And I did miscount somewhere, but it's a carrot. I'm not going to frog it. So this is on that 14 count chalkboard black that came with the kit from Fat Quarter Shop. And I'm not sure if you can buy the kits still. I was in the club, but I think maybe you can. Okay, so that is all the stitching that I did this week. Yes, so the quilt on the wall behind me, I did that as well. And then I also made bags, which I finished. And these are my only finished objects. So, I've been, you know, experimenting and seeing what I liked as far as style of bags, as well as what's on the inside of them. So, this one has batting on the inside. And then this one has it's called a fusible fleece. I absolutely hate dealing with fusibles. Like, it got all over my iron, and I ruined a piece of fabric when I went to iron something next, and I was like, I'm done. Batting is what I like to put in my bags. So stay tuned to the end, because these will be, we'll have a giveaway with these, as well as some other stuff at the end. One of them's a little bit larger, but they're pretty much the same. And then this has like a little cream lace. And then this has a white lace that is just sewn down in the middle. And then they both have just a white on white Swiss dot on the inside. And I did try to do, like the ones I've made before, I didn't really care about finishing the edges or anything, but I did try to finish these edges a little bit more. I'm still playing around with things, but I'm trying to decide if I want to sell bags or not. So, and then, so that's the two things that I got finished for my haul. Let's see. So I showed you what I thought was my last package of Victorian Motto flosses, but I guess they were behind another month. So I'm assuming that last one was, I was assuming that it was November. It may have been October's, and then this is November. I don't know, but So Misty Sea, pretty kind of aqua. Evergreen spruce, stuffed celery, rainbow quilt. That's really pretty variegation in that one. Very pretty. Quilt gathering and Olden Maroon. So when this second one came in, I was like, who sent me something? And then I saw it was them, and I was like, it's going to be the purple flosses that I won last spring. Nope. I wish it would have been. I mean, these are pretty, but I really was looking forward to, you know, I was excited that I won those, and then they never sent them. So, then I also got in the next Prim Stitch series pattern. This is number 8 of 12. Look at that sheep. Is that not the cutest thing ever? So this is 8 of 12. So we're nearing the end. So see, that's why I say I'm like super behind on that stitch along, but it'll be there. I went to town. I don't know, it was one day this week, Monday or Tuesday. It was Tuesday. I actually went to our Quilt Guild meeting, which I haven't been since October. And so while I was in town, I did some shopping. And I went to TJ Maxx on Tuesday morning. Tuesday morning, I found one thing that'll be part of the giveaway. And then at TJ Maxx, I found these pretty... decorative dishes, containers. Isn't that beautiful? So I'm using this to, I usually keep my walking foot on my machine for everything, but when I'm doing the bags and putting the zippers on, I can't. So I have to change, you know, this piece out. So I don't want it like hidden away and having to I want it, you know, easily accessible. So I think this is like a soap dish, and it was $5.99 at TJ Maxx. So I picked up that part, that piece, and then they also had this tray, same pattern. So I keep this on. I have a little rolling cart that I use for, you know, when I'm stitching. There's like a little extra side piece on the cart. And so I put that, this fits perfectly in it. And I put, you know, things that I use frequently when I'm stitching. This is not one of them, but I've been using my tape to catch my orts. This is a grime gourd, some beeswax, my trolley needle, and then I got this pack of 50 twistable pencils from Amazon. I had some of these, but I only had like maybe 10. And when I'm kitting up my projects, I want to color in on my sheet, you know, what color floss it's calling for. But this is a box of 50 that I got off of Amazon. I don't think that container is going to work because I can't see them all, but I didn't have a round container to, you know, fit them in, so that may change. I don't know about y'all, but I love school supplies, so that's like, yay! Okay, I did go to Walmart and picked up some, a few things of Pioneer Woman. I wanted a tumbler type glassware to my my younger daughter's partner bought me some amaretto for Christmas, and I haven't touched it. I'm not gonna drink a whole lot, but I've been wanting to. I love amaretto and pineapple juice, and so I wanted a tumbler to fix some of that in. Still haven't, but they had, like one of her tumblers for like 350, 364, something like that. Um, or they had a set of four of these mason jar glasses with the lids and the straws for like eight something. So I snapped these up. Also got one of her butter dishes to have an extra one. And I love all of her stuff. It's beautiful. So, I don't know how long ago it's been. I'd have to go back and look in my email, but I did win something from the Real Housewives of CrossStitch. I hadn't watched the video, and one of my online friends messaged me and said, "Hey, have you watched Housewives this week? You won a giveaway." I was like so excited. So I won the Prim and Proper from Lori Holt of Be in My Bonnet. I was a little disappointed that, and they sent it in a large envelope, but they didn't put anywhere on there not to bend it. And so my mailman put it in the mailbox and bent it, so the chart is bent. So this is something that I've wanted for, since it came out. So Fat Quarter Shop is doing a stitch along with this starting March the 1st. So I was very excited that it came in time for me to start it. So let me tell you guys what I'm thinking. So I have the Prim Stitch series on this 32 count Jobelin. I don't think it's going to take all of the fabric that I have here, because this is a pretty large piece. I mean, and it's like, 3 by 4. So we may be talking till about right here. So I feel like I would have enough of this to, at the bottom, do the Prim and Proper, even if I had to do it over one. Now, one over one on 32 count. I haven't really done over one on any count. That's not something I'm really crazy about. But I kind of like the idea of them coordinating, maybe. But I thought about this last night. So the hip hop jar that I showed a while ago, and the Nativity silhouette that's on that 14 count chalkboard black. I have gobs of it because the club gave you, like a pack each month, and it didn't take a whole pack to do the designs on. So I have packs that are unopened. So I thought about, I would have to change the color of this to a lighter color. But I think I like the idea of doing it on black. I just think it would be pretty with those pink flowers and the corals and the teal. Let me know what you think. Of course, I'll have to do the math to see if I could fit it on that piece of 32 count Jobelin. That would be one consideration. So that's all my haul. I've been wanting to shout this person out and keep forgetting. I think she's in a group that I'm part of on Facebook. And then I think she posted something. It could be Instagram. I know she's on Instagram. But she designs patterns, smalls, and gives them away on her blog. Like, she doesn't sell any of them. And they're really cute. So her blog name is Pinker in Pumpkin Quilting. And I'll link her blog below. But definitely check her out, both on Instagram and on her blog, because you can get the free patterns from her blog. So my plans, my weekly focus piece this week is the Winter Wonderland band sampler from CrossStitcher January 2021. So that's my weekly focus piece. So we'll see how much I can get done on that this week. I'm going to continue the Sal's with Fat Quarter Shop, the Stitching Book Club Sal. I did kit up my the piece that I'm going to start working on today for the monthly magazine challenge, which is the March little, it's not really a calendar, but it goes in this calendar little thing if you subscribe to the print magazine. But I call them calendars, quote unquote, because I mean it's to go in a calendar. Isn't that so cute? The sheep and that purple house. Hello. So I spent some time last night kitting that up. So I'm doing these on 14 count French lace Aida. And I went ahead and, like, I had a piece that was separated from another piece, and I just went ahead and cut it up into enough to do the next 6 months, I think. Yes, 6 months. So this is the cloth, and then these are the flosses. So those are really quick stitches. I have, I think, 3 days this week devoted to that. Let's see, 4 days, and I, should be able to easily finish that in 4 days. And this is what I was talking about with the color pencil. So this is my worksheet for that pattern. So I like to go in and color the color over the symbols, kind of like it is in the chart. I don't want to show you the chart, but let me see if I can just show you the this is the key. And then I just make my notes. This is the called for, this is the symbol, and this is my choices. And I did change some things up. Just looked at, colors that I had in other projects and found something close to it to use, because I didn't feel like pulling stuff out of those projects. Like I said, this will take, 2 or 3 days to stitch. So, okay, guys. We made it to the end and to the giveaway. So, let's just talk about a little bit of the rules, the guidelines. You don't want to say giveaway. You don't want to say free. And in your comments, you need to be 18 or older in order to legally give me your address, which you will need to get the winnings. And this is open to U.S. addresses only. So basically, I'm going to make some bundles. So a bag and this kit. I just had this in my stash. I think I got it at an auction at Quilt Guild or something. It's a Busilla kit. Carla Dornacher, I guess, is the artist. To everything, in everything, give thanks is the name of the chart. And it's, fully, I don't think it's ever been even opened. It's got the flosses and the 14 count white Aida. So, and I'll also, I didn't have any extra in my stash, but I'm going to pick up some pink and brown skeins of DMC. So you'll have a couple of flosses and maybe a little something, a little sweet treat as well. So this will be one bundle. And then this will be another bundle. So I'll pick this up at Tuesday morning. And I thought it was really cute. It's a stamped cross stitch. that, you know, says love like that. Not stamped cross stitch, stamped embroidery kit. Got the flosses and the cloth with it stamped already on it. So I thought that was a cute little thing. And then if you're a sewer or a quilter, this is Fat Quarter Shop's quilting journal. I have my own, sort of like my cross stitch sheet. I have one for my quilting projects, so I didn't need to use this. It came in a sew sampler box. So basically these things will go together with a bag, and then that kit will go together with another bag. So the keyword that you need to use in your comment, you'll want to leave a comment below to enter it. You'll use the keyword bag. You can use it in a sentence or just put it in the comment however you want to do it. I will draw on my next video, which will be next Monday the 22nd. But like I said before, it won't upload until the next day. So unless by some miracle, you know, super early and get it done and it gets loaded by that night, but I doubt it. And the way I'm going to work it as far as which package you get, whoever emails me first and tells me, you know, hey, I want this, they get first choice on what they get. So you can tell me, you know, you can tell me which bag you want. So you can tell me I want the Dottie bag or I want the Harlequin bag. I think that's what that the pattern is called. I don't know. Oh gosh. I think that's what it's called. So just let me know. This one's got white trim. This one's got beige trim. You can let me know which bag you want, and then you can also let me know whether you want the one with the, you know, the kit to go with it, or you want the embroidery and the quilting journal to go with it. Okay, that's it. Oh, what I'm loving. I told y'all last week that, or maybe the week before, one of my goals for next year is to have a Valentine's small display. I've been seeing people all over social media with theirs, showing pictures of theirs, and I just love them. I don't know what it is about Valentine's Day stuff. It's so pretty, and I don't know. I just love looking at it. It's like my, you know, ultimate eye candy. So that's what I'm loving this week. So on that note, I will wish you all well and hope you get a lot of stitching in this coming week. I hope I do as well. And stay safe, stay well, and I will see y'all next week. Love you guys. Bye.